From the Broward Teachers Union. I'm a teacher on task assignment to the Broward Teachers Union. I have a few concerns that I respectfully ask that you carefully take into consideration when making your decision on this matter. Number one, how will the data received from this pilot program affect student scores and teacher evaluation? We all know that in this district, pilot programs, although I know you're not calling it a program, generally becomes the program of the moment. And so we need to look at how this is going to affect us in year 2, year 3, et cetera, and how it's going to affect teacher evaluation as a whole. Because when everything is said and done, teacher evaluation will be affected by this. Number two, it is worrisome for me as a parent, educator, and community member that the board is yet again taking on an endeavor, even considering an endeavor, without how it's going to pay for it in the future. Where is the money going to come from in the future? Number three, $423,000 is an extreme amount of money. If possible, this could be spent on many, many other things that would benefit our TIF students and our TIF teachers as a whole. The reading program would be amazing for those students. Number four, teachers who teach at TIF schools, and most of the schools that are being suggested to be part of this program are also part of the lowest 300. They are already working an additional hour per day. They are burnt out by the end of the day. Are you really, truly going to expect them to accept $15 an hour? Because that's your standard rate to get additional professional development. There are several questions that you need to ask yourself. What if there are more than 4 volunteers? How are the principals going to pick from them? When will the teachers get to go visit other classrooms? Remember, the majority of these schools fall under the 300 rule. Where are they going to find the time? Are they going to leave their students? The students cannot afford to have their teachers leave their classrooms. Okay. Lastly, all of the elementary schools, with the exception of North Lauderdale Elementary School, are not only TIF schools, but they fall under the lowest 300. This should be the biggest concern, simply because these students need more than just having an educator having PD on rigor. Okay? These students have other issues that we need to combat first. These students are coming into our schools without a pre-K education. They're coming into our schools and going home without no help at home at all. We need to ensure that we are doing things to ensure that our students and teachers are successful in the classroom. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dr. Trudy Jermanovich, and I've really enjoyed the discussion today. I think it's been very beneficial. I do want to say that I did a lot of research on this program, and Mr. Toth, I did call a representative from your company who never called me back, so I just want you to be aware of that, because I was asking specifically about how that would be used in the classroom, which many of you asked, but no one answered. And the way I understand it, a teacher would stand there with a tablet and input during the class time. That's ridiculous. You will never find a teacher who's up to snuff who wants to do that. I'm sorry, because that's not going to prove anything. All you're putting down is what standard is this child meeting? Plus, have you asked the parents whether they want their children to be experimented on, which is what this was. What they told me when I called was that there was one school using that tracker, and it was a high school. It was a high school, a magnet high school, an arts magnet high school. Now, if that's the only place that this has been really piloted, now the rest of the professional development, I'm sure, has been going on for a couple of years, but I don't believe that tracker has been tested. And I think you almost paid to be guinea pigs. They should be paying you. That's the kind of thing that shouldn't be allowed in this district. This was not well thought out. I'm sorry. I also object to this program because the district is utilizing money which has been set aside within the TIF source of funding. And teacher incentive funds, which is what that stands for, have traditionally been used by teachers for staff development, which shows promise in meeting the needs of their students. Teachers in the past were also allowed to choose the type of professional development they wanted. That's not how this happened. This was a top-down choice. Don't do that. That actually, I believe, is going against what the grant says. You should be involving the teachers. You should show them all the things that are in this and say, do you want to do this? This is one choice. Here's another choice. That's how you do professional development, that you'll get teacher buy-in. You've got to get that teacher buy-in. I don't believe the teacher incentive funds should be used in this way. And so I'm just really pleased, and I hope that you'll use some money to explore. I've worn my shirt, as I always wear, an alternative assessment through the use of portfolios. Why not use TIF money to develop a portfolio system, which I think you're working on? Please use that money that way. Thank you.
Thank you.